It's finally time to reveal our baby girl, Lucy's nursery. Now, if you haven't followed me, I have two older boys, Owen and Henry, who are 3.5 and 1.5. We just welcomed our first girl at the beginning of September, and this is the room I've used for the nursery for all of our kids. It started with a green accent wall back there, and it was kind of like a jungle safari theme. I will link the video for that nursery tour in the description box below, but I knew for our baby girl I wanted to do an accent floral wallpaper. This is a little bit bolder and brighter of a pattern than I was originally thinking, and I felt kind of boxed in that I wanted to select one of the colors from the florals in the wallpaper to paint the rest of the walls in the room. And the pink that I picked, because again I had to pick something or wanted to pick something that was in the wallpaper, is just a little bit more pink probably than I would have liked, but I will say it's growing on me more. I just probably would have wanted it to be a little bit more of a subtle pink. I think the green of the curtains really helps to tone it down a bit so it's not so pink in here, even though I'm very excited to have our first baby girl and have all of the pink things. So I will try and link everything in the description box below, and we're gonna go through and look at all of the decor details, little decorating accents and things like that, but of course all of the organization systems and tools that I have in place as well. I'm sure you'll hear me saying this multiple times throughout this video, but most of this room is really how it was for the boys. So again, check that video out if you want to see what it used to look like. But I just added little touches. Of course, the paint and wallpaper are big major touches to make it look a lot girlier. But these shelves were here before. I did something very similar with both the boys, and especially for Henry, our middle child. I had a jar of pacifiers, which I use as decor. We've actually been going through these a lot because I can't seem to find a pacifier that she will use and take, which is really frustrating. So I just keep testing out all of the different types. Then I got her a new Jelly Cat. It's our favorite brand of stuffed animals with all of the kids. I've gotten them one special one that they take like monthly photos with. So hers is going to be a unicorn. I also have an ultrasound photo, used the same frame for Henry, her little name sign that I made for her in the hospital. She has a cute little music box with a drawer for jewelry that my in-laws actually got for her in France, which is adorable. And then I've put some purple and pink books here. This is from the company Bookaroo. I'll try and link it, but they send books every single month that are for your child's like age and stage and development and things like that. And these have actually been for Henry, but they send them in all colors of the rainbow. They're all the exact same size. So they look really pretty on a bookshelf. And I've just pulled all the pink and purple ones and put that on her bookshelf as a little bit of decor. This is one of my favorite spots in the room, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it because I am so kind of type A and I want everything to match and look really nice together. And I was worried if I had her bows on display that they would clash with the room or look too cluttered. And I actually don't think it does. It is right next to the door here. So when the door is open, which the door is open for the most part in this room, you can't actually see it. The only times you can see it is when the door is closed. I thought about putting it actually on the door or in the closet, but you'd have to go all the way into the closet and close the door behind you to see the bows. That just seemed like too much. So this, I think, is actually a really good spot. This is a hack I found on Pinterest. I was looking for so many different types of things on how to do it. I'll actually insert a little picture here of what the bookshelf used to look like because I tried hanging the bows on the bookshelf, which actually worked pretty well, but I had to take off all of the bows to get to one. These have hooks. Everything comes on and off, so you can pop things out. They also sell shelves with it. So like as she gets older and I don't want to have all of these hooks for bows, I can put shelves there and she could put different things, or she could use the hooks for jewelry. You'll see I have sunglasses stuck on some of the cups there, but she could put those on shelves when she gets older. I just love how versatile it is. It looks like I have a ton of bows, which I obviously do, but didn't spend a lot of money because at least the top row and the bottom row of bows are just two separate packs from Amazon, and they're like, I don't know, they're so cheap. It was like less than $10 for a pack of all of those bows, or basically the whole bottom row of bows. And then in the cups, I have more hair clips, those types of bows that are organized by color. This is one of the spots in the room that I still might change. I had things set up the exact same way for the boys, except for in the 6 photo frames I got from Etsy photos of like, or paintings, drawings, I don't really know, of baby animals. And it was so cute. It was this cute little collage and it fit their jungle safari nursery theme perfectly. And for Lucy, I figured, why would I buy new frames? Why would I make new holes? I just went and printed off some different artwork that I designed myself and tried to match the different colors in the wallpaper. And I think some of them I'm really happy with. Like I love the L is for Lucy. I love the bow. I think the balloons are really cute. The other 3 with the quotes and the words aren't my favorite. So I kind of want to switch them, or I might look for some actual artwork that somebody else has done. But for now, I didn't spend any money doing this, which was kind of nice. And the goal of this nursery was not to spend a ton and just to repurpose it a little bit. The elephant was for the boys. It was actually Owen's, I think it was his 2nd Christmas present. So when he was about 1, he got that. The nightstand, like all of the furniture is the same. The lamp is the same. The rocking chair is the same with the little white blanket. That is the softest blanket ever, but didn't need to change that at all. It fits perfectly. The tree I like as well. I think that breaks up some of the pink coloring I was talking about before. And then we have the closet, so let's go check that out. Let me start this off by saying that I do have a full video on organizing this closet, so if you're interested in seeing that, I will also link that video, but we'll do a quick rundown of the organization in here and how I have things laid out. On a really basic level, I have all of her clothing hung up that is more formal. A lot of dresses are hung up, but when in doubt, I try and hang things rather than fold things, just because it's a lot easier, I think, to hang things than fold things, and I like the look of everything hung up, and there's so much closet space that I have the ability to do that. So I do a lot of hanging. I have everything divided with dividers that, again, are hand-me-downs from the boys because they're jungle themed, but you can't even really see it. I thought about maybe getting some new ones or painting them pink or something or redoing it, but at this point I feel like it's not worth it. On the bottom, I have all of her clothing that goes from 0 to 3 months to 18 months. That's just kind of the amount of clothing that fit there. I also have her laundry basket on the floor there, which is really easy. So it's all divided 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, all the way up through 18 months. And then up high, I have 18 to 24 months and some toddler clothing. I can't believe I actually have stuff in 2T, but I've bought a couple of things. My mom's bought a few things. I just can't help myself with kids' clothing. It is so difficult for me to resist. And then I actually also have some things of Henry's that are up high that he has yet to grow in. Because the boys are sharing a closet, it's a little bit tighter for them. So I just haven't transitioned some of his clothing over yet. That's a little bit too big for him. So once I take out the old season of clothing of stuff he's growing out of, I will shuffle things out of here for him and make a little bit more space. Not that she needs all of this space, because clearly there's a lot of space for one little child. I wanted to mention quickly from a practical perspective that I do keep extra diapers way up top. These are the old Kirkland diapers. If you have a child right now who's in diapers and you are a Costco shopper, you'll recognize these. I stocked up before they switched to the new ones because I heard not such great things. The last sale they had on diapers before they switched, I just bought a ton. So we have size 1 all the way through size 4 for her. And hopefully, I've done the math before I did it with Henry. I bought all of his diapers when I was pregnant for him through size 4. And we just used up the last box for him, and we've had to purchase our first new one. So to me, that means it's time to potty train. Most of these categories I've kept the same. I've just switched out some of the labeling for things. So at the way bottom, you'll see we have baby toys and stuffed animals. I don't have a ton of those things, but I just have those categories to fill it up, as well as our favorite books, or Henry's favorite books. They are the Jellycat Touch and Feel books. I've just made a category there because you'll see up here a little bit higher on this shelf, we have all of the more baby type books, more board books. I've put all in here. The older kids books I have in the boys' closet. So I have it sorted by color here, but ran out of space. So I pulled out some Jellycat books, and you'll see higher I pulled out some other categories of books. Down low again, we have miscellaneous backstock, which has diapers and wipes for the most part. Sometimes if I have an extra diaper cream or something, I'll put it in there. But I left the label broad so it can really just be whatever backstock we need. Then next to that, my favorite hack is to have a bin that says too small. So as your child grows out of clothing, you don't have to go to your storage room or your basement or wherever you keep your tubs of clothing that you're saving potentially for another child and go put away each article of clothing. You can just when you try it on and it doesn't fit, put it in the bin that says too small. I have some newborn stuff in there right now, and then once it gets full, then I will go and sort it and put it away properly in longer term storage. Baby girl already has some shoes. There are hand-me-downs like these cute little Ugg slippers. Those are hand-me-downs. And then the rest we have purchased. We have some cute little gold. These are the rubies. I don't know. I think they're crib shoes. And same with these little Adidas ones that are so adorable. Then I have some that I got at Nordstrom Rack, natives. I've loved these for the boys. Some larger sizes once she first starts actually walking. This is all the way up to a size 5. So she'll eventually get there. When I see something that I really like and it's on sale, I usually buy it. And I'm really good about making sure my kids wear what I purchase. I've heard some people say like they buy the next size up and then they forget that they have it. That's never happened with me. I think probably because I put all of their clothing out and I see it. And I'm so hyper organized that I'm constantly shuffling things through. So I know what's going on in here. This next row up, I have stuff for mommy. That is things like extra parts to our baby monitor, sound machines, just like things that I would manage. And then over here we have clothing accessories. It could be sun hats, headphones for if they go somewhere where the sound's too loud, like fireworks or a wedding or something. Mittens in there sometimes that are too big before we bring them down to the mudroom. Just random things. Again, keeping the category pretty broad here. Couple of extra books that are so thick that I pulled them out of the lower bookshelf. And then up high, I have all of our Dr. Seuss books, and I also pulled out just 2 other really random thick books. The Poke the Dot ones are so much fun, but they're so thick, and then a random flip through book that's very thick as well. And then finally at the top there, we have a bin for Lucy's memories. I have things from the hospital in there. If there's something from her first birthday that's special, I put her baby book in there. Lots of different things, but as I have those bigger physical items that are her memories, I will put in here. I have a completely separate way that I store artwork and papers and things like that. That's not where that type of stuff goes, and I can show that in another video. If you are interested in that, just let me know in the comments below. Onto the dresser. On top of the dresser, I keep it pretty minimal. We have just a regular dresser. This is made for kids, so as you pull out the drawers, there's a little bit of resistance, so children can't pull out all the drawers at once. It's less of a tipping hazard. And also I appreciate it because I don't want them pulling the drawers open and messing up all of the clothing and organization in there. So that's really nice, but we then just put a changing pad on top. This changing pad is awesome because you can just wipe it down. A lot of times we do just lay a blanket on top of it and switch the blanket out if it gets messy or dirty or anything like that. But you can also just change baby directly on the changing pad and you don't have to worry about messes getting actually on the changing pad because it's wipeable. Inside the diaper caddy, I do have some wipes as well in there. I have lotion, I have a nursery spray, I also have some diaper cream, and then of course I have newborn diapers for baby Lucy, and our middle child, like I said, is 1.5, so he still has some diapers as well. And we only have one changing pad. I didn't buy a second one. I don't think we need to do that. So I just change his diaper in here a lot too, or literally wherever, like on the floor, anywhere. We have our Hatch, our sound machine that we've had since our first baby was born. In this nursery, it has not moved. It's the older version. We have the newer version in the boys' shared room. And then I also have a little thing of wipes in one of those pop-up containers, which I think is actually kind of worth it. It helps dispense the wipes really well. We've had it for almost 4 years and haven't had any problems with wipes drying out or anything like that. I think we should pop into the drawers and I can show you how everything's organized. But first, just kind of a lay of the land. So the top left is current clothing and whatever the current size is. So for now, it's newborn and 0 to 3 month. Then the drawer over is kind of miscellaneous. Right now, because we're in the newborn stage, we have socks and tights because we have a little girl. Then I also have a row of extra diapers, so it's really easy to restock that caddy right there. And with newborns, you're going through diapers so incredibly quickly. and I just honestly had some extra space in there, so I filled it with newborn diapers. We also have swaddles and sleep sacks in there too, and then that will kind of switch as she gets older and be more sleep sacks. I've changed it out to be like swimsuits in there, just depending on like whatever overflow we have from the other drawers. Also in this drawer, we do have burp cloths, and we haven't really used a lot of burp cloths. I did get a pack of pink burp cloths because I had 2 spit up babies before, and we're at close to the 1 month mark, and she still hasn't really spit up, maybe like twice, but not even. And our pediatrician says if she hasn't spit up yet, she probably isn't a spit up baby. So with the boys, I was using burp cloths constantly. I needed so many. And with her, I've literally never used one. So we'll see how that goes. The next drawer is down on the left. I have her next size. So that would be 3 to 6 months. Then the next drawer over is more 6 to 12. The bottom left is kind of a little bit chaotic because it has some of Henry's clothing, because he literally just transitioned out of this room. So it has some of his next size clothing, and then it has everything bigger for her than 12 months. So I do have some clothing that's 12 to 18 months and probably beyond, maybe like some 18 to 24 months that I've bought on sale, or some people have bought for me, but it's so chaotic in there. And then bottom right drawer, always done it this way. I have lots of blankets, swaddles, as well as extra crib sheets, extra boppy like nursing pillow covers, some pack and play sheets, and all of those types of things in there. But again, let's go and look actually at the clothing so I can show you how I organized it. So what I love to do on these drawers is actually put labels here. It helps me put things away. When I had a nanny, it helped our nanny put things away, helps my husband, it helps all of us just stay on the same page. I always put on the left side of the drawer here, this is 0 to 3 months. I didn't bother with newborn because that's such a short period of time. I have these long sections here, both for pajamas. I do them by color. Here I have all of her like pink and purple and girly stuff that I've bought just for her. And then over here is all of her brother's hand-me-downs. It just kind of works that way that the new stuff I focused on pink and purple because we didn't have that. And then these are more gender neutral hand-me-downs. I have a section for swimsuits here. And then all of these onesies. I have dresses all here, and then outfit sets that are like 2-piece parts. And every drawer is organized pretty similarly. So you'll see in the next one, this one isn't quite as full because it's the next size up. So it is 3 to 6 months. And then we have pajamas labeled here. Again, I still need to finish all of the labels, but I don't know how everything's gonna be yet, so I haven't done that. I have a little bit of overflow of pajamas. I have some pants here, some onesies, and then these are all outfit sets. In this drawer over here, like I said, it is 6 to 12 months, so that's labeled over here. I have pajamas, not as many. There's maybe 2 new outfits for her, overflow pajamas, the rest are hand-me-downs. I have 1 new swimsuit for her, 1 long outfit set for her, then a bunch of onesies, and she actually has a lot of summer 2-piece sets in this size that are shorts or little dresses. That is it for the nursery tour. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out the closet organization video if that's something you're interested in, or what the boys' nursery looked like before. I think this girl is asleep, so I'm gonna go set her down. She's in one of her brother's hand-me-downs again, a little blue swaddle. It was truly so fun decorating this nursery for her. Let me know what you think in the comments below, but until next time, I will see you all later.